This Guy's Garage. Like and subscribe.
And so, the NDP has a choice. They can continue to do the bidding for this corrupt Liberal government, propping up this corrupt Prime Minister, or they can work with us to protect the sanctity of the ballot box and the integrity of our elections by working to get the answers that Canadians deserve about Beijing's election interference in not one, but two federal elections. We'll soon find out what choice they make.
Madam Speaker, I've asked this member this question in the Procedure and House Affairs Committee, and I've encouraged him to address it on a number of occasions, and he hasn't. So I'll ask the question very clear to him today. The member from Red Deer Lacombe referred to a sitting member of this House as an agent of Beijing. Does this member think that any MP that currently sits in this House is an agent of Beijing?
The Honourable Member for St. Albert Edmonton.
Madam Speaker, what I would encourage this House to do is vote for this motion to end the Liberal cover-up.
Absolutely.
Questions et commentaires?
And then what was really a bombshell was the open letter published by a CSIS agent. An open letter, of course anonymous. Of course they're not going to give their name, but that person said, what's happening in Canada is so serious that it's the most serious threat. Let me just see what was said in this open letter. It is the most serious threat to Canada's national security. And that individual who works for CSIS said that I am publishing this out of love for my country. And I have nothing against the Liberals. I even voted for them. We are asking for an independent arm's length commission. We need to ensure that David Johnston doesn't become the special rapporteur. He's the wrong person. Now, of course, there is no perfect solution, and the motion today is not perfect. We would have liked if the Conservatives had asked for an independent public commission, because we need to do something about this. This is urgent. Questions and comments?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So, in the National Security and Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians' 2019 annual report, the committee recommended to the Prime Minister that MPs should be briefed regularly on foreign interference. I asked the Minister the same question just earlier in the debate, and he refused to answer. Donc, ma question simple.
So my simple question for my colleague from the Bloc. How often was the Bloc Québécois briefed by the Liberal government on foreign election interference over the last 3 years? The Honourable Member for La Prairie. I'd like to thank my colleague for his question. I'm going to look at my papers. The answer is 0 times.
It will give me the
said, Mr. Speaker, the Honourable Member knows very well that for hundreds of years the principle of ministerial accountability has been paramount here in the House and in its committees. We will continue to respect that principle in order to improve and build a Canada where politicians are accountable. At that point he was saying no, of course, to having staff appear at committee. Bit of a contradiction now, Madam Speaker. So I think I've outlined the importance of what the NDP will be bringing to this House tomorrow on the public inquiry. That is certainly where most Canadians are. Canadians want to see a public inquiry that is transparent and independent. The NDP has made that happen at the Procedure and House Affairs Committee, and it will really be up, Madam Speaker, to all members of Parliament to heed the debate tomorrow and also ultimately vote on that question this week. Thank you, Madam Speaker.